Hello my schoolers and welcome to the Myschool channel. My name is Angela and in this video we are going to be tackling the English language JAMB pass question for the year 2023. Please stay with us, don't go anywhere and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the Myschool channel. Today we are going to be reviewing questions 31 to 60. Question 31 to 35 comes with a comprehension passage. So I will advise you to click on the link in the description below. This will take you to the Myschool website where you can review the comprehension passage. Also, you can pause the video as soon as it is displayed on your screen. Please do not forget that the aim of the comprehension passage is to read and digest. As soon as you read, you pinpoint the main points and then get back to the questions. Now let's begin with question 31. So Athens had dashed the Greek states against Persians. So the answer can be found in paragraph 1 of the passage. We can see here that Athens had interceded for the other Greek city-states in revolts against Persian domination. So the word interceded also means intervened on behalf. So the answer to this question is C, intervened on behalf. Question 32. Darius took drastic steps to dash the rebellious Athenians. A, irritate, B, weaken, C, destroy, D, calm. So the answer can be found also in paragraph 1, where it's explicitly stated that it thought it would take drastic steps to pacify the rebellious parts of the empire. So this is directly similar to the question. But what we are looking for is another word for pacify. In this case, it can be irritate, it can be weaken or destroy, because those words do not actually mean pacify. The only word that is synonymous to the word pacify is calm. So the answer is D, calm. Question 33. Their participation dashed to the Athenians. A, gave hope, B, gave honor, C, gave comfort, D, gave strength. The answer to this question can be found in paragraph 2 of the passage. Here we can see, emboldened by this participation, Athenians were prepared to die for their city-states. So the word embolden means to make confident, to give strength to a particular set of people or something. So in this case, the closest to that is gave strength. So it means their participation gave strength to the Athenians who were prepared to die for their city-states. The answer is D, gave strength. Question 34. The people of Delos did not want to dash the conquest of Greece. A, think about, B, end, C, encouraged, D, they dream about. So the answer to this question can be found also in paragraph 2, where it is stated that not wanting to abet the conquest of Greece, they fled from their city and did not return until the Persians had left. So in this case, we are looking at the phrase not wanting to abet the conquest of Greece. They are talking about how the people of Delos did not want to abet the conquest of Greece. So now in this case, we are looking for a word that's synonymous to abet. So abet means to assist, to help. So it can be think about, because that has nothing to do with assistance or help. It can be end. Again, that has nothing to do with assistance. Encourage is closer to the word abet. Then the dream about has nothing to do with assistance as well. The answer to this question is C, encourage. The people of Delos did not want to encourage the conquest of Greece. Question 35. The Athenians were dashed by some soldiers who arrived at Plataea. A, held, B, strengthened, C, welcomed, D, captured. So we can see this also in paragraph 3 of the passage. At the last moment, soldiers from Plataea reinforced the Athenian troops. So the word we are focusing on here is reinforced. Reinforced means strengthened. So in this case, the answer is right there. The answer is B, strengthened. Question 36. This question is based on the Life Changer novel. Salma was looking more stunning on the last day of her exams because dash. A, her classmates had planned to go to the beach after the exam. B, her classmates had organized a mini picnic to wrap up the good work. C, all of the above. D, her classmates had planned a photo shoot with some lecturers. So the answer to this question is D. Her classmates had planned a photo shoot with some lecturers. We can see this on page 50 of the novel, when we discover that as a result of Salma's dressing, our examiner was targeting her because she felt intimidated by this dressing. Question 37. This question is based on the Life Changer novel. Why was it a double celebration for Umi and members of our community when she gained admission into the university? A. None of the above. B. She had given birth to Omar before admission to the university. C. Her husband agreed to marry her before she went for university registration. D. She was the first child to leave Lafayette to the university. So the answer to this question is C. Her husband agreed to marry her before she went for university registration. This can be found on page 11 of the novel, when we discover that her father told her that she could go to the university on the condition that she agrees to get married to her husband before she goes. Her husband agrees to this, and then this led to a double celebration in the community. Question 38 to 47 comes with a comprehension passage, which is a language register. So I will advise you to click on the link in the description below. This will take you to the Myschool website where you can access the passage. You can also pause the video as soon as it is displayed on your screen so that you have a better understanding of the passage. Please do not forget to read as well as understand the passage before you get back to the question. So let's begin with question 38. So we are to fill in the first gap with any of these four options: executive, legislative, judicial, or administrative. So we have to read the sentence in order to understand which of the options will fill in that gap. With the most profound respect to the members of the Senate, I do not think that it is within the competence of that dash body to pass a motion to dash the executive action of the president. So in this case, we are looking for what this that is referring to, and we can see that it is referring to the Senate. And we can see that the Senate is a member of the legislative arm of government because they are responsible for making laws in the society. So the answer to this question is B, legislative. Question 39. So the next gap can be filled with any of the following options. We have A, modify, B, nullify, C, order, D, enforce. So we're going to look at the sentence again to see which of the options will fill in that gap. I do not think that it is within the competence of that legislative body to pass a motion to dash the executive action of the president. So the part of that sentence that we should be looking out for is within the competence. This has to do with the duties and responsibilities of the legislative body. So in this case, we are going to see which one of them is the duty or responsibility of a legislative body toward executive action of the president. So we have A, modify. So modify means to change, and it is not the duty of the legislative body to change the executive action of the president. Option B is to nullify. This means to declare as legally void. This is one of the duty and responsibility of the legislative body, so that could be our answer. But let's look at other options. We have C, order. So order means to issue a command, and it is not within the competence of the legislative body to issue a command towards the executive action of the president. Lastly, we have enforce. Enforce means to impose. And in this case, the legislative body cannot impose anything on the president. So our answer to this question is B, nullify. Question 40. So any one of these four options will fill in the next gap. We have an anchor, a portion, a wing, and an arm. So let's read the sentence to know which one of them will fill in the gap. The Senate is dash of the National Assembly. So when we are talking about any government institution in political terminology, we make use of arm. So the Senate is an arm of the National Assembly. So our answer to this question is D, an arm. Question 41. So to fill in the gap, we have these four options. A, judiciary, B, executive council, C, House of Representatives, D, National Assembly. So in this case, we talked about how the Senate is an arm of the National Assembly, and that's what we're talking about in this case. It said one can imagine the confusion which would be created if the dash were to take a view diametrically opposed to that reflected in the Senate resolution. So if one arm takes a view that is different, diametrically opposed, different from that of the Senate, then there will be confusion. So in this case, we are looking at the other arm of the National Assembly, and in political terminology, we refer to that as the House of Representatives. So the answer to this question is C, House of Representatives. Question 42. So any of the following options can fill in the gap. We have plaintiff, attorney, defendant, and litigant. So we have to read the sentence in order to know which one of them will appropriately fill that gap. The strongest objection to the action of the Senate in passing the resolution is the fact that it constituted itself the dash as well as the judge of the constitutionality of the action of the President. So in this case, we have to look at which one of the option will appropriately fill the gap. So plaintiff means someone who accuses another party and aims to seek redress in a court of law. Plaintiff cannot fill in that gap in this case because the Senate is not there to seek redress for an action that has been done against them. Attorney is someone who is a representative for someone in a court of law, and it has nothing to do with this case. Defendant is someone who is being accused in a court of law, and in this case, the Senate is the one doing the accusing. They are not the one being accused. So this is not our answer. Our answer to this question is a litigant, because a litigant is someone who comes to present a case before a court of law. And so the Senate has constituted itself as the litigant as well as the judge of the constitutionality of the action of the President. So in this case, our answer is D, litigant. Question 43. So we have 4 options once again to fill in a particular gap. We have A, compose, B, enact, C, annul, D, create. So the sentence for this particular question is, the function of the Senate is to dash laws. So now we're looking for the function of the Senate, which is part of the legislature. So it can't be compose because we use compose when we're creating music or poetry, and it has nothing to do with politics. Enact is a political terminology. It has to do with the creation and enforcing of laws in a particular society. So that could be our answer, but let's review the rest of them. To annul means to declare null and void. It is not the function of the Senate to annul laws. So that is not our answer. Lastly, we have create. Create could be the answer, but the more correct terminology is enact, because enact is a political terminology that is used to refer to the function of the Senate as regards to law. So our answer is B, enact. Question 44. We have 4 options: power, strength, dynamism, and might. And we're looking for which one of them will appropriately fill this gap. But the Senate has no authority or dash to control the President in the exercise of his dash powers. So in this case, we have to check which of the options will fill that gap. Power is a political terminology as well. It refers to political authority. The word strength has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with physical ability. The word dynamism also has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with the ability for someone to respond to change. Then we have might. Might is another word for strength, and it has nothing to do with politics. So in this case, the answer to this question is A, power. Question 45. So we have the following options: executive, judicial, authoritative, and official. So let's go to the sentence. But the Senate has no authority or power to control the President in the exercise of his dash powers. So in this case, we are looking for the type of powers that the President exercises. And we know that the President belongs to the executive arm of government. And so the power that he exercises is that which belongs to the executive arm of government. Our answer to this question is A, executive. Question 46. So we have the options: modified, regulated, standardized, and ordered. So let's look at the sentence to know which one will fill the gap. The only way in which the exercise of the powers of the President can be dash is by dash of the National Assembly. So in this case, we are looking for a word that actually means control, because we are looking for the only way in which the exercise of the powers of the President can be controlled. So the word modified means changed. So it has nothing to do with that. Regulated means controlled. So that could be our answer, but let's look at the other options. Standardized means to ensure the quality, that we have good quality in a particular product, and this has nothing to do with politics. Ordered means arranged. So our answer to this question is B, regulated, because it means controlled. Question 47. So we have the following options: a decree, bill, an act, and a motion. So let's read the sentence to know which one of them will fill the gap. The only way in which the exercise of the powers of the President can be regulated is by dash of the National Assembly. Now we're looking for the action of the National Assembly that will help to regulate the powers of the President. So let's start with a decree. A decree can be the answer because a decree has to do with the laws that are made by a military government. So it has nothing to do with this context. A bill is something that has not been passed into law yet. So it has nothing to do with this as well. An act is more appropriate because it is a law that helps to regulate the president. So that could be our answer. Then a motion is something that has been put forward for debate in the National Assembly. It has nothing to do with this as well. So the most appropriate answer to this question is C, an act. Do you know you can take practice questions with our simulated JAMB CBT past questions? All you need to do is to click on the link in the description below. This will take you to the Myschool website where you can download the Myschool mobile app for your mobile phones and the Myschool software for your laptops and computers. Please go ahead and start practicing. Now on to question 48. Choose the word or phrase from A to D which has its meaning opposite to the underlined word or words in each sentence. She was impertinent until she met her husband. A. Subdued. B. Extravagant. C. Courteous. D. Promiscuous. The word impertinent means to be impolite or to lack proper respect. So we are looking for something that is opposite to impolite. So the word subdued means to be oppressed or to be overpowered. It has nothing to do with politeness. The word extravagant means to willingly spend extra money. So it has nothing to do with being polite. The word courteous actually means polite, to be polite and to show respect. So that could be our answer. Lastly, the word promiscuous means to be indiscriminate. So it has nothing to do with politeness. So the answer to this question is C, courteous. I believe you're enjoying this content. If yes, please do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and lastly, tap on the notification bell to get informed as soon as we release the next videos. Question 49. This question is based on the Life Changer novel. According to the novel, which of these characters had a nasty experience on the account of using social media? A. Tomiwa, B. Salma, C. Salim, D. Umi. So the answer to this question is C. Salim, and we can find this on page 74 of the novel, where we discover that he was deceived by a lady on one of the dating apps that he subscribed to. So the answer to this question is C. Salim. Question 50. Choose the option that is nearest in meaning to the underlined words. Repugnant rules in the society should be repealed. A. Enacted. B. Exemplary. C. Abhorrent. D. Justified. So we're looking for a word that is nearest in meaning to repugnant. And the word repugnant means extremely distasteful or disgusting. So the word enacted actually means approved, and it has nothing to do with distaste. The word exemplary means ideal. So it has nothing to do with distaste as well. However, the word abhorrent means distasteful. It means disgusting as well. And so that could be our answer. Then lastly, we have justified. Justified means reasonable, and it has nothing to do with distaste as well. So our answer to this question is C, abhorrent. Question 51. This question is based on the Life Changer novel. Bint was encouraged to take French at the primary level because dash. A. Her parents believe that language acquisition at an early age is relatively easy. B. She would want to be a French mistress when she grows up. C. All of the above. D. It will be useful for her when she travels to France. So the answer to this question is A. Her parents believe that language acquisition at an early age is relatively easy, and we can find this on page 1 of the novel, when Umi was listening in on her daughter Bint relating her experience during a French class. So our answer to this question is A. Her parents believe that language acquisition at an early age is relatively easy. Question 52. Choose the options to which the given sentence relates. Spain won their last friendly football match. A. Who won their last friendly football match? B. Did Spain win their last competitive football match? C. Did Spain lose their last competitive football match? D. Did Spain win their last friendly basketball match? So in this case, we are answering an emphatic stress question. And remember, emphatic stress is the placement of greater stress on a particular word in a phrase or sentence. So in this case, the stress is on the word football. And the rule of emphatic stress states that we should look for a question that has a word that is different from the word in capital letter or the emphasized word. And in this case, we can look at each of the following options. We can see here that football is here. We have football here as well. We have football here. but in option D, we have basketball. So the answer to this question is D. Did Spain win their last friendly basketball match? No, Spain won their last friendly football match. So our answer to this question is D. Question 53. Choose the option that is nearest in meaning to the underlined word. The boss is quite inflexible once he has made up his mind. A, wicked. B, relaxed. C, excited. D, unyielding. So we're looking for a word that is nearest in meaning to the word inflexible. And inflexible in this case means rigid, not willing to change. And in this case, it's important to look at the entire sentence to get more context. And the reason it's inflexible, the reason the boss is inflexible is because he has made up his mind and he's unwilling to change it. So we have to look for a word that is nearest in meaning to inflexible in that context. So the word wicked actually means evil, and it has nothing to do with the ability to change your mind. The word relaxed means easygoing. It's actually the opposite of inflexible. The word excited means happy, and it has nothing to do with the ability to change your mind. Lastly, the word unyielding means stubborn, and it relates to one's inability to change one's mind. So the answer to this question is D, unyielding. Question 54. From the options lettered A to D, choose the option that is most nearly opposite in meaning to the underlined word. My mother is a shrewd businesswoman. A, reliable. B, resourceful. C, orderly. D, gullible. So in this case, we are looking for the opposite of the word shrewd. And shrewd means the ability to make judgments, good judgments, especially in practical matters. It means being keen, knowledgeable, and the ability to be practical. So we're looking for an opposite to the word shrewd. The word reliable actually means worthy of trust, dependable. And it has nothing to do with being knowledgeable, especially in practical matters. The word resourceful means the ability to use resources wisely. It's actually very similar to the word shrewd. The word orderly means being organized, and it has nothing to do with being practical. Then the word gullible means naive, someone who is mostly an optimist. So in this case, this is the opposite of the word shrewd. So our answer is D, gullible. Question 55. In the following question, choose the option that best completes the sentence. The guest would have arrived earlier, but it was dash in traffic. A, held down. B, held up. C, held about. D, held off. So we're looking for a phrasal verb that will best complete the sentence. The phrasal verb held down means to oppress or to keep in place, and it has nothing to do with being kept in traffic. The word held up, however, means to be delayed. So that has something to do with being in traffic. So that could be our answer, but let's look at other options. So we have C, held about. This means kept in possession, and it has nothing to do with being delayed in traffic. Then lastly, we have held off. That means postponed. Again, it has nothing to do with being in traffic. So our answer to this question is held up, because it has to do with being delayed in traffic. So the sentence can be read as the guest would have arrived earlier, but it was held up in traffic. So our answer is B, held up. Question 56. Choose the option that is nearest in meaning to the underlined words. No one would complain if you emulate good behavior. A, differentiate. B, condemn. C, imitate. D, exhibit. So we're looking for a word that is similar to the word emulate. Emulate means to copy, to adopt good behavior, or to model yourself after someone who has good behavior in this particular context. So we're going to look at each of the options to see which is nearest in meaning. We have the word differentiate. Differentiate means to show the distinction between two things, and it has nothing to do with copying good behavior. The word condemn means to criticize. Again, it has nothing to do with copying good behavior. We have the word imitate. Imitate can also mean to copy, and so that could be our answer. Lastly, we have exhibit. That means to show or display good behavior. That does not really show that you are copying or emulating someone else. So in this case, our answer to this question is C, imitate. Do you have any questions? Please feel free to ask your question by clicking the link in the description below. This will take you to the Myschool website where you can ask your question and the solution will be provided to you within a short period of time. Now on to question 57. He was both a writer and a politician, but he was better dash a singer. So in this case, we are comparing two different situations. A situation where he was both a writer and a politician, and a situation where he was a singer. And in situations like this, we use the conjunction as to make that comparison. So the best option to fill in that gap is option D, as. If you have a better explanation or solution to any of these questions, please feel free to share this information by going down to the comment section below, indicating the question number and the solution you would like to share. Question 58. Choose the word that has the same consonant sound as the one in brackets. So we have the word smooth, and the sound V is in brackets. So what we're going to do is we're going to transcribe each of the words to see which one has the sound V in the word. So let's transcribe smooth. So this can be transcribed as this. So this is the sound we are paying attention to. So the word worth can be transcribed as this. Worth. The word dress can be transcribed as this. The word brother can be transcribed as this. And lastly, the word wealthy can be transcribed as this. So we can see that the only word that has the sound is this one. So our answer is C, brother. Question 59. Identify the option with a different stress pattern. Reservoir, contribute, importance, and deposit. The word reservoir, the stress is in the third syllable, as in reservoir. Now in the word contribute, the stress is in the second syllable. We have the word contribute. Then in the word importance, the stress again is on the second syllable. Importance. Lastly, we have deposit. The stress is on the second syllable once again. And so our answer to this question is A, because the stress is on the third syllable, reservoir. Question 60. In each of the questions, the word in capital letters has the emphatic stress. Choose the option to which the given sentence relates. The union congratulated the elected president. A. Did the union reject the elected president? B. Did the union congratulate the elected chairman? C. Did the management congratulate the elected president? D. Did the union congratulate the ousted president? So this question is related to emphatic stress once again. And remember, emphatic stress is the placement of greater stress on a particular word in a phrase or sentence. So in this case, the stress is on the word elected. And so remember that the rule of emphatic stress is to select the question that is different from the word in capital letter or the word that is emphasized. So in this case, we have elected in this particular question. You also have elected here. We have elected here. But in the last one, we have ousted. So in this case, our answer to this question is D. Did the union congratulate the ousted president? No. The union congratulated the elected president. So our answer is D. I believe you're enjoying this content. If yes, please do not forget to hit the like button, click on the subscribe button, and lastly, tap on the notification bell to get informed as soon as we release the next videos.